Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Rick. I hope you're having a great day. Been a little while since I made a video, but today we're going on another trip. So today I'm heading off back down to the south coast and we're going to have another little bit of a trip to Studland and Poole Harbour. And I'm going with my good buddy Alex. Alex doesn't have many windows of opportunity. He's a very busy man, but today is one of his days off. So we decided we were going to spend it at the seaside. So it's about just after 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm just going to take a nice leisurely drive down there. It's about 2.5 hours. I've got some nice little stories and things to listen to, some audiobooks, and I'll catch up with you when we get there. Right then, here we are, just arrived. I've just paid for parking. It cost me £12.10. Quite expensive though for parking. A lady chatting there, she said if you're coming here regularly, you're better off joining the National Trust, but I think that's about 80 quid a year, so you have to be here quite often. We did that 1 year ago. We actually got National Trust membership and English Heritage membership, and we were going to go off and do all these visits, and we never ever earned back what we spent out on saving entry fees. So I think we eventually worked out that it's better to just pay on the day than it is to sort of buy in advance. So I just had a call from Alex. He's about 10 minutes behind me, so he's going to be here shortly. In the meanwhile, I might just put the kettle on and make a cup of tea and just chill, and then we'll step outside and have a look. It's definitely busier here today. If I look out the window, there's a lot more cars than there were when we were here a few weeks ago with Sean and Alex. But I might, yeah, I think I'll have a cup of tea. I've got a few little snacks for me today. Nothing major. I just chucked in a little packet of Kit Kats, a bit of Philadelphia cheese, and a couple of sweet potatoes with a bit of mayo and a bit of milk for tea. So if I want the Philadelphia cheese, I've got rice cakes, so I can put it on, or some gluten-free bread, or I can cook the sweet potatoes in the microwave if I get really hungry. So we're covered for food, and I'm sure at some point we'll end up going over the road there and buying something food-wise over there. So I haven't made a video for quite a while. Very little happening again in Rick World. I made that series of videos when I went on tour in Wales, and that was great. And then I made another little video log, and I think I was going on about getting microplastics out of my life and possibly building a new bedroom that's like toxic or toxin free. And then I sat down and gave some thought to that, thinking actually the whole microplastics thing, although I have made steps to not use plastic drinking bottles and things now, the amount of knock-on effect it would have is probably so minimal that I decided it's probably not worth pursuing, and certainly not worth all the extra money that it's likely to involve. And the same goes for building the non-toxic bedroom. I think for the sake of all the extra costs involved, I heard the analogy of it's like trying to sweep up after a sandstorm with a dustpan and brush. It'll be like so minimal. So anyway, I'm off that idea already, but it was nice to sort of entertain the idea and chew that idea over. I thought that was from Alex, but it's from Damon. Yeah, I haven't heard from Alex, but no doubt I'll get a knock on the door at any moment now. With the car park being quite busy, we have to he's got to be careful where he parks because he's got such a huge vehicle, but over the back there where he normally parks, it's still pretty empty, so it's all good. Anyway, I'll get back to you if anything interesting happens. Right, oops, pinging again. Right, so we decided to have something to eat at the National Trust shop. Alex has arrived. Hello. And we just had fish and chips again, and I think we're now looking at possibly going to have a little look at the sea.
Oh, that's a good plan. Always a good plan.
Okay, sounds like a plan. So I'm having to use my iPhone because I've left the camera in the van. So anyway, very little else to report. Just in case you don't get to see that bit of footage that I filmed on my iPhone, Alex has arrived.
Hello, possibly again.
Possibly again. Yeah, you're parked way over at the back there. That was
Yes.
the slightly busier car park than last time. We're just going to go down and have a look at the beach and see what it's all about. Let me just double check my... yes, my microphone is working.
You locked your van?
No. Why don't I lock
Got
the
your
van?
keys?
That'd be a good idea. Yes, I have. So, oh, it's quite busy. Very busy. Oh,
I reckon
we're
we go
stuck.
the other way. We've never had that before, have we?
Never had that before. So we've got the rope going along there, and then there are people sort of
In front of their beach hut.
flopped out of their beach huts, blocking the path.
You should be very careful, sir. Flopped out.
I was looking for the right word.
Can I just say you didn't find that?
So, wow, I've never seen this place so busy. This is, well, as far as beaches go, this isn't particularly busy, but it's the busiest I've ever seen it, apart from,
Busy for us, isn't it?
yeah. But yeah, it's like lots and lots of people, but less seaweed. It's actually sandy.
Yes.
And the Isle of Wight is really, where is it? There, really clear, which is nice. And it looks like an old sailboat there as well. Just about there. Like a tall ship type thing.
Very a kneading line. A
Yeah.
kneading line.
I remember that series.
Yes.
So we've got proper... So we're going for a paddle then?
Yes, would you grab that? Because I need
Yep.
to do rolling up work here.
This man's got his new camera. He's gone for the DJI Pocket 3, which is... I used to have the Pocket 2, but I couldn't get on with the gimbal. I much prefer the GoPro. I just literally point the GoPro at whatever I want,
Thank you, sir.
and then we're good to go. I'm going to ditch my shoes, I think. I'm going to go for a little paddle. So this is much more pleasant than it was last time, because last time it was all seaweed, but we got a little bit of seaweed, but nothing major. But look at these tiny, tiny little waves. Ooh, and the water's not that cold either. I think it's probably because it's really shallow here, and the sun's out, so it's had a chance to like heat up. Two middle-aged men vlogging on a beach. That's quite embarrassing actually. But it's very nice here, very clear. Like last time we were here, this was all a bit misty, but that's as clear as it gets now. Very nice. I was just saying to Alex, when you walk along and the waves are going sideways to the direction that you're walking, it makes you want to fall over. You sort of lose your bearings. It sort of throws your balance off. It's not cold, is it? It's
No,
quite.
it's not.
I'm not saying it's like bath water, but there is a hint of, dare I say it, warmth in the water.
Yeah. Very piratical, isn't it? Do you think? It's like landing in Jamaica, you know, so like, I presume anyway.
I don't know. I'll have to look up the word piratical to know what you're on about.
Pirate-like.
Oh, piratical. Ah, I see what you did there.
I mean, I'm not sure if, I made that word up. You know what I meant? Well,
Oddly enough, I didn't.
Oh dear, oh dear.
But this is lovely.
It is, isn't it?
I always say that when I come here. Right, so I think what we're planning, so we're going to head out to that little sandbank here. I had to put my shoes on because we're walking on this stuff. But there's a sandbank further out in the water, and we're going to see whether it's achievable or not. Oh, fish. Lots of fish darting around.
Oh yes, look at that. Very light colours, aren't they?
Yeah, little what are they, elvers?
I don't know.
Sand elvers. And there's, with these little worms, aren't they like fish underneath or creatures underneath them?
I think it's a creature that pushes it out, isn't it?
And am I going to get bitten? Oh no, there's a ragworm. Found it. Little like a little centipede but pink.
Yeah. Well, keep going, see if it bites.
Yeah, look, we're getting dangerously close to my short. These are the only trousers I've got. I've got no change of clothes. Oh, actually, I've got to be careful. I've got no change of clothes. Steady on there, Alex. Actually, I may not want to push the boat out a bit. I forgot. Normally, I've got a change of clothes with me. Haven't today.
I do have a couple of changes of clothes, but what I don't want to do is go under my phone and my keys and my camera.
Yeah, that's not a good move. I don't think we're going to reach it's just too deep there.
Yeah.
So we're not going to reach the sandbanks, unfortunately. But yeah, I was saying to you earlier, wasn't I? I literally didn't bring a change of clothes with me today because I wasn't expecting, because it's just a day trip.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to need to change, but then you do stuff like this. I'm thinking if I went in, I would literally have to drive home in soggy shorts because I literally got nothing to change them with.
So, since you saw us last, we have settled back into the van, and Rick is doing a thing. Rick is doing himself some toast, some bread rather, which he's going to do on his toaster to go with the sweet potato, jacket potato that he's doing in there, and some Philadelphia.
Oh yes, it just has to be done.
Yes, and because he is such a good friend, he's given me a cup of water. Literally, look. That's what you give me, a cup of water, look.
Yeah.
All he'll allow me.
I did offer you a coffee, and I did offer you a jacket spud.
Yeah, you did.
And I did offer you some Philadelphia. But yeah, a bit of Philadelphia on jacket spud with a bit of toast. I think that'll be really nice. And a bit of mayo. Cheers. So we've just wandered back over to Elvis after many hours of conversation in the van. This is definitely turning out to be one of those days where we do absolutely nothing, and I kind of really like days like this. Just chilling out in that lazy, hazy, beautiful sunshine, lots of blue sky up there, and we've just been sat in Gwen admiring the view, the ocean view, and we're going to wait here till about, we're saying just before 8, aren't we?
I think.
Or
we haven't got an exact plan, have we?
no, they shut the gates at 8 o'clock. Now, it doesn't matter if you're in here because they've got this little area where you can get out around the gate. It's got these little one-way things, these little flaps that stick up like that, and you can drive over them one way, but you can't drive over them the other way. They stop you coming in. But the bend on which they are located, I can just about get Guinevere out. Unfortunately, Alex is like twice the length of Guinevere. He can't make it out. So you have to be out before they lock the gate.
Yes.
But anyway, we're aiming at getting out of here before they shut the gates. So probably 7:30, 7, something like that. And then we're going to take a drive down toward the ferry. Now this is the ferry that goes across the entrance to Poole Harbour, and we're going to park up there and we're going to wait for the sunset to get some pictures, some photographs and things. And Poole, in that particular place near Poole Harbour, is a really good opportunity to get pictures of the sunset, because the sun sets behind Poole Harbour, so you've got Poole Harbour in the foreground. And on the days when the light is right, you can get some cracking photos there. So that's the plan. And then Alex is going to find himself a campsite, and I'm going to drive home in the dark. Now, I was debating whether to go home the cross-country way, which I normally go through Salisbury, but I've noticed recently that my AdBlue tank in Guinevere has not been touched. I've got a full tank of AdBlue, which means the DPF system, or the diesel particulate filter system, has not been engaging. And I've been doing lots of, I'm not going to say short journeys, but I haven't been on a motorway for a long time. And I think it's the motorway conditions that trigger the DPF system to engage. So I think I'm going to go home via the Southampton road and then get on the motorway and then go home that way. And hopefully it'll give my diesel fuel system a chance to do a DPF cycle as well. So I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. And I'm not usually a big fan of driving the motorways, but at night time it's not so bad. If I'm sort of, you know, driving at sort of 10, 11 o'clock at night, hopefully it should be a nice straight run without any major hold-ups and things. It's during the daytime when all the hold-ups tend to take place. But that's the plan. So now we just got to kill some time, and I'm going to carry on with my cup of tea. Cheers. Right, there we go. Just left Alex's place now and going back to the van. The place is emptying out a bit now. Colours are getting deeper as the sun's getting a bit lower. Right then, so there's the sea, and we're going to go and get another angle on the sea. There's Alex in front of me. I've just gone over to here. He's just about to set off, and I'm going to follow him, and we're going to head on down the ferry road, and then hopefully we'll pull over somewhere, and I'm going to follow him, because then if he finds somewhere interesting to pull over, we can do that. Otherwise it'll be the usual spot down near the harbour. Right, we are here, and there's lots and lots of vans parked down the side of the road, so Alex is thinking, can I get away with staying here tonight?
That I should think that.
Actually, I've got to jump in and grab my spare battery and my phone as well, if we can take photographs. There we go. So I've got 28 minutes left on the card and 94% battery, so we should be good for a little while. I couldn't quite remember where it is, but I think it's here. So I'm just waiting on Alex, and then we'll head on over. But look, they've got a catastrophic setting there. You've got high, moderate high, extreme, and catastrophic. Wow. But yeah, hopefully we're going to get a nice sunset. We've got lots of cloud patterns going on. If you want a really good sunset, what you need is a little bit of cloud rather than just a clear sky, because then obviously the oranges interact with the clouds, bounce off them, and you get a much more interesting sky. So I'm hoping we'll get a really good sunset tonight. I think I'm going to have to go and get another card. I'll just double check. Yeah, I've only got 27 minutes on this card. I think I'll carry a card with me just to be on the safe side. So here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Ta-da! There we go. Poole Harbour. Accidentally bombed by the Japanese in 1942. Look at the sunbeams coming through the sky there. Very nice. You got the boat houses there. They've been a kind of a permanent fixture forever. But I've had pictures here of like sailing boats just moored up, and then the sun setting over there, and they've been some quite nice pictures. And there's Alex doing his thing. Alex has got a nice new big posh camera with a very big lens, and it weighs, I picked it up earlier, it weighs about the same amount as a small camper van. It's very heavy, but there's a lot of glass in there, isn't there?
Yes, it's...
As Steve Martin would say, I had an aunt once who knitted one of those things. It was much lighter. So it's actually feeling a little bit chilly when the sun goes in. It's not particularly warm, is it?
Yeah, it's
but it's still pleasant. It's not like cold, but I'm thinking if I'm here watching the sun in about an hour and a half's time, I'm probably going to be wearing a hoodie as well. But for now, we just got to kill about an hour and a half for the sunset.
Yeah.
Cup of tea?
Excellent idea.
More tea, Vicar?
Absolutely.
Right then, so we are about half an hour away from it being time to go and have a look at the sunset. There's not a huge amount happening at the moment. It's all a bit dark. If I put that up. So I've got a feeling we may not actually get a sunset. But anyway, we were sat here chatting away and we were sort of starting to nod off a little bit. So I think we're going to just go and have a quick little walk outside just for the sake of waking up. So we're walking down towards where the ferry, the toll ferry is, but I've just looked over there. Can you see all that cloud?
One covering the sunset.
Yeah, it's just exactly where the sunset is going to be. There's this massive, very dark cloud. I've got a horrible feeling we're not actually going to see the sunset. We waited all day to try to get a good sunset picture, and I think we're going to go home disappointed. Never mind. Anyway, let's go and have a look, see what's down here. So we're just approaching the ferry. We better not walk up because I hope they're not waiting for us to go up there. They think they've got 2 foot passengers, so they're holding the ferry up. So we'll just stick around here. But they pull these massive, great big chains. These chains go, or do they? They seem to end there.
Yes.
I remember in the old days they used to, yeah, look, the chains go all the way along the side of the road here. But because it's a chain ferry, it pulls itself along on 2 big chains, but these don't seem connected.
No.
So maybe they got a new set. But I'll tell you what, the more I'm looking at that, the more I'm thinking we are not going to see a sunset tonight. But we've still got the entrance to Poole Harbour just the other side of those dunes there. So I'm curious just to see what's around here. I'm not going to go down there. Oh, it's just like a little pathway up to the ferry, but let's have a look at this side because it's kind of interesting.
Ooh.
So there's the ferry and it's waiting for more cars. There's a couple more. You can hear them. But here's the beach.
Do you think they do catering on board that ferry? I mean, it's a long journey.
Yeah, that's at least 3 minutes. They've painted it. Last time I saw it, it was blue. It's red now.
How many years ago was that, sir?
About 10.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But the currents, this is the entrance to Poole Harbour.
Yeah.
So you've got the hotel on the other side, you've got the ferry on this side, and the currents in this water are incredibly strong.
Really?
Yeah, they're because obviously it's a tidal harbour.
Yeah.
So if the tide's on the way in or on the way out, it's really, you can see a lot of boats are having to like really throttle up just to make it past this bottleneck. And that's why the ferry obviously has to be on chains, because it's otherwise it's going to get drifted out to sea. But very cool, nice beach this.
Yeah.
It's very nice this time of night as well, this time of the evening.
It's the metallic, isn't it? The metallic blue.
This is a nice beach, and as it goes up around the headland, just around the corner up there, is the nudist beach.
Fantastic. Oh.
But there's a if you go up right round to the head, there's actually there's a sign that just says like it's a nudist beach.
Right, fair enough.
So I've heard. But yeah, the more I'm looking at that, the more I'm looking at if there's
the sun's up there though.
We might be lucky and it might peer out at the very bottom right at the last second, but I got a feeling it's just going to be a very grey evening sunset.
Oh well,
But never mind.
We put the world to rights.
Yeah, and it's nice to just walk on a beach because that's kind of, you know, it's because we live like really far inland. I live in a landlocked county. I think yours is a landlocked county as well, isn't it?
Well,
Oxfordshire.
Well, we're just in Buckinghamshire. You
Oh,
know.
Buckinghamshire,
Yeah,
don't you know?
Oxfordshire, please.
Fair enough. So,
We're only just over the border.
but when you're like townies living in a landlocked county, this is paradise.
Yeah.
Being on a beach by the sea, nice. I mean, the weather's sort of got a bit. It was lovely earlier, but it's got a bit. The wind's picked up, although we are out on a peninsula here. But I think we're going to head back to the van. Maybe another quick cuppa, I don't know. But we'll stick around till the sunset time anyway, just because we're here now, and it's only probably no more than about 35 minutes away. But I'm not hopeful. But never mind. But we you know, we might be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, but pleasant though. And you know, how can anyone be miserable?
They've got clarity now.
Oh.
Including campers over 3,500. That's good because mine is 3.5 tons maximum.
Mine is over.
Yours is over, so you got to pay 1080, but I got pay 540.
Yeah.
There we go.
Anyone be in a bad mood looking at that though?
No, that's true. You're absolutely right. It does do a thing to your soul, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just kind of, it gives it a little squeegee, a little wipe. Little refresh.
I've never heard of it described like that. But,
Having your soul cleansed by a squeegee.
yeah. And with that in mind, we'll see you back at the van.
Cool little magical vans that take us to all these amazing places. There are some good advantages to living in a society that gives us these tools that we can use to enhance our lives.
Yeah.
I'm
very deep.
Getting all philosophical again, aren't I?
Yeah.
So we've got about 20 minutes until the sun sets. I'm not holding my breath, but should we just go up there or?
You don't have to feel my pain. Rick is watching me suffer here.
It's quite a tricky. It's really hard walking up this incredibly soft sand.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's not that it's heavy going, as in like a mountainous hill.
No,
it's just that
it's
like talcum powder.
It's like you're pedalling away, like wheel spinning, and not actually getting anywhere. So I can see the only hint of orange we've got at the moment is just hiding behind that little bit of Brownsea Island. Apart from that, I don't think we're going to get a sunset.
But it's funny, very apt, I think, that the sunset that we can't see is by Brownsea Island. Because do you know what else you can't see on Brownsea Island? The red squirrels. But you will see where they've been.
Every time, I've heard this story so many times.
But you know what, don't you?
What?
My mum's going to be watching this. And she's going to be
Hi,
going,
Mum.
oh. Yeah, Rick says hi, Mum.
Hi, Alex's mum. So these houseboats have been here for as long as I can remember. I presume they've got people living in them. I don't know whether they're a holiday thing or a permanent thing. But I've also got memories of like a sunken boat, like a big hull of a boat that's been rusted out. I'm just going to have a look around this corner up here to see whether I can see it, or whether it's been taken away, or what. But yeah, we're just about 10 minutes away from the sunset now, and it's not happening. But never mind, this is still very, very pleasant. What's Alex doing? Oh, he's doing his own video. We've literally made identical videos. But the tide is well and truly in. Have a look around this corner here. No, if that hull was anywhere, It's not there now, or it's covered in water. And I don't think we're going to get any further, not without getting our feet wet. So there we go. And that is the back side of Poole Harbour. Nice place, but if you want good sunset pictures, this is a really good place to come, because the sun just sets straight over there, obviously in the right weather. You've normally got boats floating around as well. They kind of add to the slightly atmospheric pictures that you can get here. And it's just a stone's throw away from the road, so it's really cool. So there we go. That's the sunset. It's actually official sunset time right now. Not happening today, but I did get a little bit of zoomed in footage on the phone, so I'll probably be either showing you that now or in a minute, or have already done. But I think now is a good time to sign off and bring this video to a close. So thank you, Alex, for a lovely day.
Yeah, thank you for your company.
We haven't done much apart from sit around drinking tea all day,
We haven't done anything.
It's true. Well, we've come here to see this, but it's what we like to do, is just sit around, drink tea, and just kind of put the world to rights and take in a little view here and there. And that's exactly what we've done today. And now I've got a nice long drive home. You're haming home as well.
Haming home. Yes, I haven't quite decided which way I'm going to go yet, but yes.
But I really enjoy driving at night, so I'm going to head on home. It's just over 2 hours, and I might get some motorway miles in this time as well. But that is it for this video. So thank you for watching. Have a great rest of the day. Do feel free to leave your comments in the notes below, and thumbs up and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, take care.